Hi everyone, welcome back to Conceptual Thinkers Talk Primary Math Concept with Teacher Ben. So I'm Teacher Ben. So today I'll be touching on P6 2022 Catholic High Prelim Paper 2 Question 13. So let's get started, and I will be using our Center 4I methodology to solve the question. So let's start. So first, we need to interpret the question. So a fruit seller bought some plants. He threw away 152 plants that were damaged. So after selling 1/5 of the remaining plants, he was left with 4/7 of the plants bought. Now he packed this into large boxes of 12 plants and small boxes of 8 plants. So all the boxes were full and there was no leftover. So for part A, we need to first find how many plants were packed into boxes. Then lastly, we need to find the least number of boxes used by the fruit seller. Okay, now just after interpreting the question, what we know is we do find out that there are actually some key phrases that we need to take note. So they actually started with a number that was removed. Then they actually say that a fraction of the remaining. And lastly, they actually conclude that it's actually he left with a fraction of the original number of plants. So with this, we can conclude that the concept here they're trying to test is actually on part whole 2. Okay, so from here we already identify our concept by using these few key phrases. So let's start to implement the steps. So for part whole 2 concept, we actually prefer to do model drawing, and this is how I will draw the model. So I will first draw our 152 plants that were thrown away. Then we move on to the remaining. So we know that there will be 1/5 of there's 1/5 of the remaining plants that will be sold after. So that means that we're going to draw 5 units for the remaining plants. So out of these 5 units based on the denominator, now the numerator represents the subject of the sentence. So they're actually referring it as so. So this is so. Okay, now this is actually threw away. Now lastly, here will be the leftover, right? That he will be used to pack into boxes. So this part is actually our 4/7 of the total. Okay. Now, what they ask is how many plants were packed into boxes. So it happens that this is the question mark that they are asking for part A. So let's start to solve the question. So for part A, now what we need to know is how to actually link these 152 numbers in terms of units. So to do that, we have to rely on the 4/7 of the total to actually calculate what will be the total number of units in terms of the total number of plants. So I do know that 4/7 actually represent, in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 4 units. So this means that 1/7 of the total will represent 1 unit by dividing by 4. Then we just get the total by looking at 7/7. So we're going to get 7 units. So this means that from the total number of units in terms of the total number of plants will be 7 units. So 7 units, if we minus away, now here, this remainder here, we have 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 red units. We actually minus away 5 units first. Now this will give me 2 units. And these 2 units must be equal to my 152 plants that he threw away because they were damaged. So I'm going to find what is the value of 1 unit. So I'm going to take 152 divided by 2. So I'm going to get 76. Okay. Then next, I'm going to take 76 and multiply by 4 because this is the 4 units that were packed into boxes. So to calculate that, I will take 76 times 4. Yeah, with this, I can use my calculator because this is a paper 2 question. So 76 times 4, I'm going to get 304 as the answer. Okay, so later I'll be showing you how I actually do my inspection. So let's continue and solve for our part B first. So for part B, they want to know the least number of boxes used by the fruit seller. Okay, so this fruit seller is going to pack the remaining 304 plums into boxes of 12 or 8. Now, if he wants to have the least number of boxes, he need to try to have as many 12 plant boxes as to compared to the 8 plant boxes, because it can store more in one box, so you expect to have less boxes. Okay, now to do that, we have to think what will be the maximum number of 12 plant boxes that he can get. So to do that, we just take the total number of remaining plants that used to be packed and used to pack into boxes. We divide it by 12. So we can use our calculator. We take 304 divided by 12. Now you're going to get 25 and 4 out of 12. Okay, now what does this mean? This means that you're going to get 25 boxes of 12, but you're going to left with leftover of 4. And this 4 will not be able to put into the smaller boxes because one box will be 8, right? And there's no leftover. Okay, so this 4 will be the leftover, and we can't use this to pack into boxes of 8. So what we do is we will try to see what if we reduce the 25 boxes of 12 into 24 boxes. So what will happen? So if I use 24 boxes, if I multiply by 12, so what do I get? I take 24 times 12. I'm going to get 288. Okay, in terms of the plants. Okay, so if I take 304, if I minus away 288, so 304 minus away 288, so I left with 16. Okay, this means that this 16, I have to pack it into boxes of 8, and 16 is actually a multiple of 8, so that means that I can actually pack them into 2 boxes. So if I take 16 divided by 2, so I'm going to divide by 8, sorry, I'm going to get 2 boxes of 8. And I will have 24 boxes of 12. Okay, so that means that if I should take 24, which is the maximum number of boxes of 12 I can pack, then I add in 2 boxes of 8. So I'm going to get 26 boxes as the least number of boxes that will be used by the fruit seller, because I already maximized my the boxes of 12, which is 24. Okay, so this will be the answer for this question. So let's start to inspect and see whether our answer make any sense. Okay, let's look at part A and do an inspection of the solution. Now, I do know that the answer will be 304, and this is actually pertaining to 4 over 7, right? So it's also pertaining to my 4 over 5. So if I take 1 minus away 1 over 5, I'm going to get 4 over 5. So 4 over 5 will represent 304. Okay, so if I find what is the value of 1/5, so that will actually go back to 76. Okay, so if I find 5 over 5, so I should take 76 times 5. I'm going to get 380. So I take 380. If I add in 152, I'm going to add in this. So this is 380. If I add 152, so I'm going to get 532. Now this will be my 7 out of 7 in terms of the total. So just want to verify that in the end whether it will make sense when I go and check whether it will still hit to 304. So we do know that it will represent 4 over 7. So if I take 532, if I divide by 7, so this will give me 1 unit, right? So I will get back to 76. You notice that this and this, again, it makes sense. So that's why I know that my calculation will be correct. Okay, now in terms of part B, it's not so direct. We can't actually really check whether our answer actually makes sense. But what we can do is ensure that our calculation actually correct. Yeah, so that we didn't make any mistakes in terms of calculation. So ensure that we are using the correct number. For example, using 12, we are using our 304 as the part A answer to solve the question. Okay, so that's all for this video. So okay, if you are happy with the way that we actually present the solution, so feel free to actually follow us and look at our website, and also follow us on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button so that you get to see a new updates when we have our new video. Yeah, we also have our Facebook, Instagram, and also TikTok. So feel free to leave any comments below if you have any question, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.